All right, so I'm making this video because it just randomly came to my mind, and that's you need to stop thinking that once you obtain a certain physique or you hit a certain PR or you look a certain way that it's going to fix you internally, right? And I feel like this is an issue that a lot of people face, especially beginners because they've never ever had a physique that they truly dreamt of in the past. Like they only have this goal in their mind. And the reason why I feel like this is dangerous is because in reality, the physique isn't going to do anything for you. Like the physique itself, it's not even going to matter once you achieve it. And this is coming from someone who is 90 pounds, and for the longest time, I just, wanted to bench a plate or wanted to be secure in myself when I'm out in public or just these surface level things. But like your self-hatred, your confidence, all of this stuff isn't just gonna come from the physique. And you might be like, man, Isaiah, you're a fitness coach, like why are you saying this? And I'm saying this because it's true. I'm saying this because I've experienced it firsthand. Like it's so easy to put a false sense of importance on this dream physique that you have in mind, and you feel like, oh, once I get this, then I'm gonna love myself, I'm gonna be confident, I'm gonna be secure. But you know there's guys who get huge, they hop on steroids, they have an amazing physique, but when they look in the mirror they still hate themselves, right? They look in the mirror and they're still not proud of the man looking back at them, and it's not because they're insecure in their physique, which some of them are, but it's because they neglected the one thing that's infinitely more important than just muscle. And that's becoming a man that you're proud to be, internally developing yourself alongside developing yourself on the outside, right? And if you go about it in a way to where you're only focused on the outside appearance, you're only focused on the physique, you're only focused on the gym, and that's it. Sure, you're gonna have a crazy physique, but dude, you're gonna be a big loser because you neglected all these other things about your life, or all these other aspects of your life that you need to improve on as well, right? You can have a crazy physique, bench 315 for 15, but if you go home and you treat the people around you terribly, you have horrible habits, you're doing drugs, smoking weed all the time, doing cocaine, like going out to parties, not actually building a version of you that's going to be respected by yourself and those around you internally, then you're like a shell of a man, right? Like, there's people who develop themselves crazy physiques. There's people who are going in the gym and they're going hard, but then outside of the gym, they're the same person that they were on the inside when they started. And that's what happened to me when I went to college, man. That's like, in my opinion, like peak physique. Like that's the heaviest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been. My physique was solid. My physique still is solid, but it was at a higher level in certain ways than where I'm at now, right? And I would look in the mirror and I would see a a great physique, right? Like I was going hard in the gym, but I still felt that hatred towards myself. And this time it wasn't because I was being bullied. It wasn't because I had, no confidence on the outside. It wasn't because I was ashamed of my body. That's what caused me to hate myself at the start. But this sense of hatred came back when I looked in the mirror and I saw this crazy physique. But I knew what I was doing in the dark. I knew that I was on the path of becoming a man that I wasn't happy to be. I knew I was lost in my life. I knew I was just partying and doing drugs and wasting my time, and I was a terrible person. And and when you realize that, it's like the physique, it doesn't even matter. It wouldn't even make a difference if I was the same size then. The feeling would have been the exact same. But I actually take that back. If anything is worse, It's worse because you put all this importance on this outside thing. You put all this importance on your appearance. You put all this importance on just muscle mass and getting stronger in the gym. And then you realize you put in all these years of work, all these reps, all this pain, all this trial to get the thing that you once thought would be the holy grail, the one thing that you thought was going to fix everything, just to realize it means absolutely nothing. Like, that is a crushing feeling, right? And sure, you don't have to deal with certain things, but bro, it's a degrading feeling, man. Like, I vividly remember sitting on my bed, high out of my mind, and the only thing I had going for me was the gym. That's it. And I don't want you guys to be in that spot, because sure, it's okay to, be a high schooler and you're good at the gym and you have a good physique and you're going to school. But once you're out of school and you're in the real world and you realize you have to actually become a man that you're proud of, you have to actually become a man that your children are going to have to look to for guidance. You're going to have to become a man that those men around you are going to have to look at and look at for inspiration. And you realize that you neglected every single other area of your life outside of just the physique, you're going to feel like a loser, bro. And that's exactly how I felt. And that's why I'm making this video, because it's like, man, I don't want you guys to think that the physique is going to be some magic pill that's going to fix your life. You need to focus on developing yourself, learning, building yourself internally, practicing better habits. Not just, oh, let me eat this food, let me train hard, let me get a crazy pump. That's 2 hours out of the day. Like, who are you building? What are you building outside of the gym? If anything, that matters more. I would much rather be a great man overall, a great father, a great husband, future husband, a great son with a mediocre physique than to be a loser with the craziest physique in the world. Because like I said, it gets to a point to where it doesn't even matter. Like, I lift now and I'm happy with my physique. I have a great physique. People compliment me, all this stuff. But it's like, dude, cool. It's there. But there's so many other things, so many other areas I need to work on. And you need to realize that. And I'm not saying this to like put a bad label on going to the gym. Going to the gym is great, but you need to use the lessons that you learn in the gym. The gym is like a stepping stone. It's going to give you the tools that you need to build yourself in ways that truly matter. Just of the physical appearance, whatever, bro. You need to use these tools the right way to better yourself in your career, in your relationship, with your family, with everything that you do, right? Use it as that. Use it as a tool. As a man, you shouldn't only be like, oh, yeah, I'm a loser. I smoke weed all day. I'll go to parties. Like, I'm not proud of myself. My dad isn't proud of me. If I had a kid, he probably wouldn't be proud of me. If I was my own child, I wouldn't be proud of me. But look at my physique. Look at my bicep. Like, dude, no. You need to improve yourself in every single aspect and use the things that you learn, your ability to be disciplined and push through hard moments. All of that needs to go to other areas of your life as well. You can't just fill the cup of the gym, right? Like, dude, even Olympians, even bodybuilders, they do this professionally and they document this stuff and they get paid for it. They're still improving themselves outside of that, right? And the people the bodybuilders that don't, they freaking die. They overdose on drugs. They're doing hard drugs and steroids, freaking sniffing cocaine before workouts, and then they die of a heart attack. It's like, dude, you have to improve yourself on the outside as well. The physique itself isn't going to fix you, right? I love you guys. Jesus loves you too. And that's all I have to say. If you want to transform yourself, if you want to become the best man that you could be through the gym and also have a great physique, then text me on Instagram. Talk to you guys later.